What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys a Monday MLB edition of my DFS podcast. We start off a new week this week, a new month, April 1st. A lot of things to get to in April. We got all the MLB now. The Masters is in a couple of weeks, and then the NBA playoffs also in a couple of weeks. So, very busy time. Excited to continue to pump out content for everything. Easter Sunday was fantastic for MLB. I took NBA off because there was a lot of games, a lot of injury reports, and I was traveling around with family. So there was no realistic chance I was going to be able to put out a good NBA product yesterday. So stuck to the MLB, and we smashed. Huge ninth inning for the Reds. Will Benson game-tying two-run homer, and then Encarnacion Strand batting third. Right after him hits a walk-off. Had him in all lineups. Just a huge swing there. We ended up smashing everywhere. A clean sweep, hybrid cash, and GBP. Love to see it. We've already had a couple of great days in the very limited action in MLB so far this season. So let's continue to roll. Today was weird. The two early games had very bad weather, so you couldn't really pick pitchers. I just skipped that slate. We have a handful of games at like 6:30 Eastern today in the afternoon wave, but the contest selection's terrible, so looks like we're looking at the main slate. We have a 5-game after-hours slate. 5 of the 7 games on the main slate are going to be on the after-hours slate, so we have our hands full with that after-hours slate as well. I will have that slate on my Dub Club. You can sign up below for just $1 for your first week. It's where I post extra content outside of the main slate. The main slate, as usual, will be on my website for the hybrid cash and GPP for FanDuel, and then your usual DraftKings stuff. So give this video a like if these plays help you out. If I've been helping you out, I do appreciate it. Try to share, subscribe, all that jazz. Pitcher, it looks like we can save some money tonight. There's not a lot of expensive guys, which means we can spend up on bats, and we're going to want to do that on this slate. We have a good high over-under with the Blue Jays and Astros in Houston. Friendly hitting environment. Astros are minus 142, so that looks like one of the best games on the slate, as well as the Yankees and Diamondbacks. We all know Arizona is a hitter's ballpark, and New York has started the year really well on offense. So those look like two really good games. And then you got the Dodgers, per usual, where, we're going to have to make those executive decisions on which stud to pay up for on a daily basis because, 1 through 4, Mookie Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, Will Smith, all those guys are going to be around 4K all year long. So you're not going to be able to get to many of them. But we do have the Dodgers in a good spot at home against Keaton Wynn on the Giants. So plenty of bats to spend up for pitcher. I do like Sean Manaea. 7,400 looks like the best value play on this slate. We know he can go the distance. He's on his new team with the Mets. So hopefully a change of scenery can get him back to what he was before with the Giants and Padres. I do like Sean Manaea in this spot. It's a pretty low over-under, 7.5. This might be the lowest over-under on the slate tonight. I think it is, yeah. And the Mets are favorited, so Manaea looks like the best overall value play. I'll probably have him on hybrid and cash lineups tonight. He's going to allow us to spend up on bats. And like I said, there's not a lot of pitchers you can spend up for. Tristan McKenzie, 9,200, the only guy above 9K. I don't love the spot in Seattle. Reese Olson has a huge ceiling. You could definitely go with him on the other side in this Mets game with the low over-under. James Paxton had some bright spots with the Red Sox last year. He looks mainly healthy, so he could go decently deep into the Dodgers game. But outside of that, I don't like anyone else. I think Sean Manaea is the best pitcher value play on this slate. Who did I have for catcher? Anthony Rizzo. First infield play, I do like Anthony Rizzo. I like this Yankees game. Mainly the Yankees side. You could look at D-backs as well. It's basically a pick'em, 9.5 over-under. It's the highest over-under on the slate. So this game and the Blue Jays and Astros game look like the two best offensive games on this slate. Rizzo should be batting 5th. Lefty-righty matchup against Reen Nelson on the Diamondbacks, who's shown that he's prone to give up the long ball last year and get kind of rocked. So I do like Rizzo. He's pretty cheap at 3,100. He's a guy that's not usually this cheap. Usually more around 3,500. So this price looks good. He should have guys on base for him when he gets up. Third base, I like Alex Bregman. I like stacking the Astros tonight. He's a little too cheap, in my opinion, at 3,300. He's a guy that can get up to 4K easy. Love stacking these Astros tonight against Bowden Francis. I don't know who that is. He's either a rookie or a guy that recently got called up. Made the rotation. Yeah, he's got to be a young guy. So we'll see how he fares in Houston. An extremely tough matchup for Bowden Francis here. I do like picking on him. He's going to have to prove to me that I should stay away from him when picking bats against him. So we do have the Astros at -142, 9 over under. They are towards the top of run projected totals on tonight's slate. So I like Bregman. I like Jordan Alvarez. He's my favorite spend up on this slate. Is yet to get going this year. We all know how good he is, though. He's a multi-home run threat every single game. A little bit slow out of the gates. He's 0 for his last 12, but it's just too small of a sample size. The bigger sample size we have is what he's done so far in his career, and that's absolutely mash. He's projected for some of the most fantasy points over any other batter on this slate tonight, so I like spending up 42 on Jordan Alvarez, the lefty-righty matchup against Francis. And then for outfield, depending on where he is in the lineup, Dalton Varsho looks like he could be one of the best cheap value plays tonight on the other side in this Astros game. Lefty-righty matchup. We all know who Dalton Varsho is, coming over from the Diamondbacks. He has a high ceiling. He hits homers. Not the best average. Doesn't really hit for contact, but at 2,600 on a Blue Jays team expected to score runs, he's a guy we can save some money on. He's going to be drawing the lefty-righty matchup against Ronel Blanco of the Astros. Projected to bat 5th. As long as he's batting 5th or 6th, he's a viable play. If he's more towards the back of the lineup, I probably won't be looking at him. But assuming he bats 5th, he looks like a good value piece at 2,600 on tonight's slate. That'll do it for this video, guys. Let's have a nice MLB night. Let's have a nice NBA night. Plenty of stuff to get after. Give this video a like. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.